I'm gonna hit live, Miss Kim.
I just did. I'm sorry. I thought you was waiting on me to hit it. I hit live. We're live now. Okay, so I can't see. Let a couple people come in the room. You have videos prepared, Boss Chick, or we just gonna talk? Can you hear me, Boss Chick?
Um, a little bit. You're in and out.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Joan. I want to thank you all for being here. Welcome back to the Chemisphere. I am Kimberly, aka the Passport Traveler on YouTube, and it's Kimberly Renee on TikTok. We have our moderator in the room, which is Boss Chick, and we have a new moderator, which is the Hierophant Cannon. She is our newest moderator. Welcome, Hierophant. Thank you for helping us, and thank you, Boss Chick, for being here as well. What we're going to talk about today is the Sonya Massey case. We are not at all, for any reason, defending the officer. If you feel the need to defend the officer, then this is definitely not the live for you because there is no defense for him. What we want to hear is people's opinions about what happened, what you think went wrong, why it happened, why he did it, anything like that. Hey, TT, thanks for coming in. So yeah, any comments or questions? The link is in the tab. The link is in the chat. If you would like to come up, yes, click the link. I can't click the link. I don't even know how to use this. I don't know how to do this on the iPad or my phone. So share the link, Boss Chick, please. So, Boss Chick, let me start with you. What do you think about the situation? Like, I know we watched the video. It took me a couple days to watch the full video, but I eventually did. And now they came up with a second video that's is supposedly showing her throwing the water at the officer. And I watched that video I don't know how many times. I didn't see where she threw or even attempted to throw the water at him, but everybody's using that second camera now. Any comments or questions? So what do you think, Boss Chick? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I watched that over and over again. It's like, wow, how did they leave that out?
Uh I don't even know how they left it out, but does it look like to you she was throwing the water on him?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Really? I watched that second video so many times and I just couldn't see it. Wow. Well, I know at the beginning of the video when she was outside and he was talking to her, she was kind of having slow responses as if maybe something was mentally wrong with her. I started to think maybe something was wrong with her because she wasn't responding to him the way I would think an adult person would. But yeah, still for no reason did I think he should have shot her like that. But I still did. Kyra Fat, did you watch the second video or UTT?
I I watched it was a little traumatic for me. Because I have a family member with mental illness that's been through this with police not getting shot, but dealing with them and she dropped to the ground. There
Yes.
was no threat. That's the first thing that I saw. And no way am I defending anybody. I'm just looking at what happened. And
Yes.
there was no threat. Water, he could have tased her. He immediately jumped to excessive force. As an ex law enforcement officer, that is the red flag from jump.
Yes, it is.
But I couldn't watch the second one. Hey, if someone does have the second one, by all means play it. But it was hard for me to watch.
Yeah, it really was. Like I said, he didn't try to shoot her in the leg or nothing. He said, I think he said, I'm gonna blow your fucking face off or something like that. So you was already planning to shoot her in her head regardless.
Yep,
Oh, TT, you haven't seen the second video. I think
that
it
was his
came out a
plan
few
from the
days
beginning.
ago. Okay. You finna play it, Boss Chick?
My computer is delaying, so y'all forgive me.
Girl, I understand because I couldn't connect to nothing. The laptop, the phone, I can't connect to nothing but this iPad, and it's really awkward.
I might have to go to the other computer.
Okay. TT, would you like to come up and give your opinion or have anything to say about it? know how to do. Hold on, let me see how to. Hold on, y'all. Let me see how to copy the link because. Okay, invite, copy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the link is in the chat for anybody who would like to come up. Joan, what is your feelings about all of this? Hold on, Boss Chick's trying to set up another device
You
to
gonna have to go in there.
show the video.
I think what's interesting is while we wait on Joan, if you don't mind, and Miss TT or whoever else would like to hit that link. What's interesting is this is a cyclical thing. It's starting to seem to me every election period, every time there's some type of international war or something, it seemed like there's an attack on the masses here at home, um, black, white, or otherwise. I've
Okay.
seen it where, African American officers are involved in the same situation. So, does anybody else see it? Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I haven't okay, hold on, let me put my glasses on. I can't see TT's. No, it's a sad situation, and I don't think she deserved that at all. It's just sick. It really is sick, TT. It really is. I haven't put timelines on any of the killings, but I just know that once Zimmerman unalived Trayvon Martin and got away with it, that's when I started seeing these killings get out of control. Like it was as if after that case, they were given permission to just kill any black person they wanted because it just went crazy after that.
Yep, yep. It started to get more televised and things because now people are not being quiet about it, especially the families that have been victimized by things like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now with the second video, they're starting to change his charges. If I saw that video correctly, because like I said, it looks like to them it looks like she was throwing the water at him. And Boss Chick said it just kind of looked the same to her too. I just couldn't see it. And the video is kind of blurry and kind of off angle a little bit, but as many times as I watched it, I just couldn't see where she was attempting to throw that water at him. But that whole situation was handled wrong. First of all, how did y'all end up in her house? You already said you couldn't help her. You looked around her house, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't show me how they ended up in her house.
Same. I didn't. That's what I was telling my friend that I was speaking with earlier too. I was like, this is something weird. The videos are highly redacted because yes, it's evidence. It's still open case, so they're not going to show, things like BLOOD. They're not going to show just certain things. And I still don't know how I mean, did she invite them in and say, because she was outside at one point in the beginning of one video that I saw, the very first one I know, and the other one I haven't seen yet, so I can't really comment on it. But if it's clearer and it's a different point of view and she's attempting to throw the water, then that is a whole different dynamic.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. That changes that changes everything. But like I said, when she was standing outside and he was talking to her, she was responding really slow to his questions. Um, like I said, as if there was some type of mental delay or something. Not even
Yes.
drunk.
Yes.
She just seemed a little off to me. Boss Chick, are you back? She's
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to get
back.
the
I'm just getting the computer pulled up.
okay. She's trying to get the video ready. If you guys can like and share the live, I would appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. Welcome back to the Chemisphere. We're having a few little technical difficulties, so just be patient, please. Let me make me some.
Yeah, when I seen that second video, I was like, oh my God.
Really?
But that
Um,
still doesn't justify. You could have used blunt, what
Right.
is it called? Blunt
right.
bullets?
Blunt
Yeah.
force. Yes, ma'am. There
Yeah.
is a escalation there's a use of force escalation procedure for every single law enforcement entity, from
Mm-hmm.
police to military to the jail system to the prison system, even your local um neighborhood watch. Okay, so it that was excessive for water. How about this? Step out the door.
Yes. I mean, he had time to just step back. And that's what one of the
Yeah.
Exactly.
officers
Why would you
said
Yeah.
walk
that,
up on her?
yes,
Did
one
you
of
hear
the,
the statement he made before he shot? I'll shoot you in the face. He literally
yes.
said that.
Yeah. And then after she was dead, he said, that
The
bitch was crazy.
bitch.
Yep, that
That bitch was
bitch was
crazy.
crazy. Don't help her. I heard that. That and from what now, I just wanted to let you guys know something. The attorneys that are handling this, Parks and Crump, they are from Tallahassee. Look them up. They're from Tallahassee, where I'm from. They don't play. They've taken on civil cases and all these things like this. So trust, those boys are gonna dig deep, and they're gonna get to the bottom of what was really going on. But this particular officer, from what I'm seeing and understanding, has a prior history before getting into law enforcement. So that's a question of how he even got on the force.
Yes, exactly. He had been to several different departments, and which indicates he's the problem. We do have Boss Chick, can you read? I can't. I don't took my glasses off and I don't know where they at.
Let me see where the comments. I can't even see comments. Hello, it's Ellie just using different account. No, it's
No, yeah,
sad
this is me.
Oh, Elijah's
situation.
up. Hello,
Yes,
Elijah. Thank
hello.
you. Up.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
It's
Oh,
good,
hold
no
on.
problem.
Did you have something to say? You can you click the link to come up.
Oh, yes, I thought I was wanting you guys to talk, but I'll talk. So yeah, this whole situation, I want you guys to really be open-minded, and and it sounds crazy, but this sort of stuff, this happens every 4 years. And that George Soros and the elites, they do this to black people, and it's all a setup, and it's all a Freemason ritual. Now, what I mean by that, is every 4 years they do this because of an election cycle. Every election year since 2012, they've been doing this. But let's talk about Sonya Massey before I get into anything else. Now, George Soros paid both of them millions of dollars. Well, he's not getting his money. The cop that shot Sony is not getting his money because he lied to him. Oh no, I'm going to give you the money. He's not getting them out. Sonia, on the other hand, the thing is, when the cop, all right, I watched the video from every angle, and I'm a person that is a man of science. I'm a person who's rational. So when I see something like she got shot, right? But where's the blood? Where's the
Right.
blood at? So every movie, any forensic file show you see, especially if it was a headshot, where was the blood? That's my first question. That's why I'm like, come on. They're not even trying anymore to make it look real. It has to be so fake. And I've heard other people talk about, oh, they knew each other. I've seen interactions
Oh yeah, I've
like
seen.
they kind of knew, like they kind of know each other. So it's like, he knew. And what's weird about it is that Sonia's, no one talks about Sonia's husband. No one talks about even like his Sonia's son didn't even cry. I mean, so it's just like, are they all in on it, knowing that she's right now living somewhere in the Maldives with $1 million in her pocket, buying a new house?
Well, that's what I was
If
going to ask you. Like, if this was fake, then where is she? Is she not dead?
Well, so this is what they would do, is that the elites would give her a new name, maybe a new facial, like plastic surgery to make her look different, and she couldn't come to the United States ever again. She might be in the Maldives, she might be in the Caribbean, wherever she wants to go, as long as she can't come back here.
Okay, so did they have
So
a, okay, so she was I'm sorry. So she was in on this whole phone call and the whole everything. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah, the cops, everything, all
Wow.
it was all staged, all of it.
Wow. Wow.
And it sounds crazy, but that's the world that we live in. It's not what it seems. Now, the stuff that happened, I would say, in the 60s and the 50s, that was real, that was evil, that was, but now they, today in today's times, they want to. Now things happen, yes, to everybody, every single skin color. Cops may do something bad, right? But the media wants to cherry pick what they, because there was stuff that happened in 2022 and 2023 to black folk with cops, right? But they don't want to say anything until an election comes up, because like Biden, for example, wanted to, Black Lives Matter wanted to meet with Biden. He didn't do it. All of a sudden, you want to say, oh, Sonya Massey, Black Lives Matter. Come on, dude. Now you want to
Right.
say something. Like, come on, give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
It's because you want to get votes.
So let's go back to
So,
Trayvon Martin because you said this
yes,
is a repetitive thing. Was
yes.
Trayvon Martin death during an election year? Because I don't remember the year.
So 2012, February, but now they're doing it over the summers. But so 2012, Trayvon, his father, and there was a video that's linked. You go on his father's Facebook page. It's not up anymore, but it's all a bunch of Freemason. I mean, it's not. It's you could see that he was a Freemason, and a bad one, because I've met Freemasons. I've
Yeah,
met
me
good
too.
ones, and
I
I've
actually
met
was a
bad
part
ones.
of it, so I understand. I don't know any Mason's business because we weren't privileged to our Mason brothers' business as an Eastern Star. But once
Hmm.
I took my third degree, every degree they reveal a secret to you. And once I took my
That's
third
true.
degree and found out the third secret, I knew that that was the last degree I wanted to get. I didn't want to go to the next thing and know the next secret because you don't know what the new secret is. They don't tell you until you
Right,
agree to not share it. But
right.
wow, this is deep. That I mean, ooh,
I'm a part of a family of high level Eastern stars, and everything you're saying is true, Miss Kim.
mm,
It does get way deeper, and it makes sense now. I'm glad you came up, Eli, because it makes sense. Some things that happened in the past. Yeah, yeah, it make a little more sense now. Child, you got me sitting back with my tea, like, what the hell?
yeah. I mean, because honestly, why wasn't there any blood splatter? And not that it's impossible to shoot somebody in the head and not see blood splatter. I don't know, but in real life, normal situation, you think there would be some blood splatter.
Right.
Exactly.
It depends if if the bullet goes through the cranium, just like with the Trump assassination attempt. If it would have gone straight through, then of course you have that splatter. But the bone could, the skull could lodge the bullet, and it's all kind of different stuff. When you take forensic
Well,
science, yeah,
her son, I watched the interview, and her son was like, it went through her eyeball and then through the skull. And then I'm like, okay, well, I mean,
should have been
immediately there
blood.
should have been blood. Right,
Right,
exactly.
should have been blood.
Thank you for that announcement, boss chick. Wow. So now where do we stand now? Did you watch the second video, Elijah?
Can you explain it to me so I can?
The second video. Okay, boss chick's getting ready to play it now. Boss chick, do I have to make it full screen on my end on this iPad?
I can
I
Does
see
can
it pretty well.
full screen.
does it give you an option? I think I have to put it on there. 1 second. All the videos will be linked in the comment section once the live is posted.
So I seen that comment saying about the 4-year-old that got shot. Like I said, these people are like, he got sacrificed, and it shouldn't have happened. Um, It's all part of the ploy. It's ridiculous, and this all has to stop.
Yeah, there always has to be an innocent person, like a truly innocent person, not involved in the situation, kind of like collateral damage. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, yeah. So that would mean that she was involved. If it's the Masons, the higher levels, they were involved. The police is involved, which means are they Masonic as well? Are they Masons?
Oh, most
So
definitely.
so so yeah, there's Masons everywhere in the police
Yeah, I
force and
know,
the
but I'm saying,
army.
are we trying to say that these officers were Mason affiliated?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and when I don't know how you guys view Trump, but when he gets back in office, or maybe he's going to stop the elites, and everything's going to be revealed once they all go to Gitmo. All this is going to get revealed, and people are going to know the truth. So black people will stop being sacrificed, and every 4 fucking years, and for nonsense, for an election,
And
it's the Democrats are doing.
wow. Okay, what is this we're looking at? He's walk. Oh, I haven't seen this video.
This is a different body cam, it seems.
Yeah, this is cool.
Somebody said, where was her kids? So she was being evaluated for mental health. So they were supposed to keep her for a month, but they let her go after a week. So her kids were staying with their dads.
Okay, okay. I didn't even know they was doing a mental health evaluation on her. I
Yeah,
had
they
no
kept saying
idea.
code not 1096, 1096. So I had
Oh,
to look the code up. The code 1096 actually means like a
Yep.
mental.
Mental health. Yep.
Let me see.
then that made sense why I said she looked a little off when she was on the porch. Is as they were questioning her, she was responding very slowly, and it almost sounded like he asked her one question and she responded to something completely different. But I would have to rewatch it.
That night, her kids were gone at their dad's house.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so funny because then it's like, oh, it's like, how could it be just a coincidence? They knew that, okay, like we have to go to dad's house because, the plan is happening tonight. That they were all involved in.
Oh,
You know,
oh my God! I mean, sadly enough, this makes some sense, especially with not seeing no blood splatter. I know there's situations where you won't see it, but it just seemed like that's a rare situation. Um, except unless he knew exactly where to shoot her, where there would be no blood splatter. But you would think that they wanted to look more real and let the blood be there.
right? Well,
True.
I don't. It's they're not even trying anymore because they think people are this stupid. I mean, the elites think we're all stupid, and but we're waking up. Everyone's consciousness is it's leveling up.
So this is
Um,
where they actually got there and they start looking around the house for the intruder that she called and originally said was outside her house.
Okay.
and then why did they need her ID?
They, I guess,
All
wanted
right.
to identify her, but at the end, you can see where a person already came in and already knew who she was because the police had been out there before and the son had talked to the police.
Oh, okay. This sounds like the videos I watched didn't have that stuff in it because I didn't hear that. Letty says Sonya told the officer she loved him at the door. Did anybody hear that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did.
I've seen.
I did when he was
Yeah, I've
getting ready
seen,
to leave. when she was about to close the door before he came in the
Yep.
house. She's like, "I love y'all. I love you," or
Yep.
something. She said.
Yep.
Boss chick,
And
how
that's
did
the
they
thing.
end up in her house?
The other police went to go look at the car, I guess, or something around the house, and then that police officer just went inside, and that's when the other police officer came back around and went in the house with her.
Okay.
But this is the part where I'm like, "Are you coming to the door? No, I don't need your assistance no more. You can go about your business. I don't like your tone of voice."
Yes.
What happened?
Yeah, but then her saying, "Oh, I love y'all," like they they all knew they're about to get this freaking bag. Like it's. And I know another perspective somebody told me was like, "Oh, maybe I don't know." She like, I don't know, knows them, knows Officer Grayson, right? But I don't know how they're like. They're probably in an ex relationship or something. I don't even know. That's someone
Yeah, I
else's
didn't
opinion,
understand
but
that.
and maybe that's why she was looking funny and wanted somebody else. But like I said before, this is all a freaking script. So it's just some of that theory that someone told me. It's just like,
I hear her phone ringing and she's using from the doors. We're about to go connect. It's bad, man. Oh, so is this a ring doorbell? Yeah, it doesn't work though.
So yeah, I read her comment. He knew her. Yeah, they all know each other. That's what I'm saying. Like Derek Chauvin and George Floyd,
Sheriff's
they knew
office.
each other. It's all
Okay, let's
planned.
see what they're gonna say here.
2 houses down. I don't know what to say. Go ahead. She was yelling inside. Still hold on. You come in the door or not? All right, hurry up.
Oh, I did not see this.
Yeah, I didn't see this one. He obviously knows her because you wouldn't have showed up in my house talking to me like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sheriff's office, the one you called. Oh, we heard you. You called us.
She said, "Please don't hurt me, sir. Please don't hurt me.
Is this your car over here? Is this your car over
Please,
here?
God. Please, God."
That's not your black car in the driveway? Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody. Right? You know, we checked the whole area. There's nobody else walking around.
I know y'all. Please God, please God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
What do you need help with?
nothing. I just, please God, please God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
If y'all see, she got a wristband on her arm, like she was already admitted into the hospital.
Yep, you can see it on her right arm.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Oh.
We checked the whole area.
Okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir.
I think I would be worried too, because y'all hear the fireworks going off in the background.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't hear that.
Sorry, I was trying to get
I got you. All right.
Sorry.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black
You
car.
heard her? I love
yeah, I
y'all.
heard her.
Let me do it again.
Oh,
We didn't see nobody.
man.
Nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Oh.
Check
You hear the
whole area.
fireworks?
Yeah.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
She's about to
Doing
close
all
the
right,
door.
Yeah, they're talking to each other, obviously.
All
Like,
right.
They know each other.
Thank God.
All right. That's not your black car, though. The SUV? Whose is it?
I was trying to
I got you. All right.
Sorry.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
No.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
I love y'all. Thank God.
All right. That's not your black car, though. The SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? Someone just parked it in your driveway?
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run that.
Yeah. 19, I got a 20 clear.
Does anyone else live here with you?
David Mary 43556.
You got a name? Can I just take the name real quick? Catch this? See who we spoke to?
Them sound like gunshots.
They really do.
Simple.
I agree, T-Tay.
You see how he got in the house? He just walked in. I don't know what the conversation was, but he just walked in.
Oh, guys, my phone's about to die. I'm gonna try to go on my laptop.
I know. Here. Hello? Yeah, I need. I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all.
Are you there with me?
They're here in my house right now.
Okay, hold on, you go talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Conwell. That's good.
Hold on, you're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
You can hang
On
up.
for what?
Just 1 second, okay?
What's up?
I got some paperwork.
So that's how he got in. She wanted to show him something. And that's what she's trying to show him. And he was like, well, one thing at a time. Let me see your ID first. So he didn't even want to see what papers she was trying to show him.
Grab that Bible, please.
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it was
Yeah, what was the damage?
a dent, I believe.
What about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to text.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
Yeah. You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
One task at a time here.
Okay. Let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID.
She
One task at a
was,
time. Let's do an ID,
TT. She really
and then You can
was.
dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID
you
is.
can stand that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
I agree, Lizzie.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Wait for your hot steaming water.
Away from hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I
Huh?
rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
Shot fire.
Drop the fire!
Ah,
Drop the fucking pot!
1 second.
That went from 0 to 10 in
We don't need a fire.
0 seconds.
Right. Okay.
Correct. I have a statement to make too once we get finished with this video.
You can go ahead.
Nola girl, thank you so much for the comment about Crump. However, Crump is a specialized trial attorney. He's not just a settlement attorney. He's done it several times here in Florida, in the city of Tallahassee. That's not from the internet. That's my personal experience. Okay, working alongside with these guys. He does seek justice. However, it's all really a behind the scenes thing. Now, as far as that video, excessive force immediately. That's the first thing in my criminal mind, my police officer mind, that says this was just out of hand. That was way too much force. A pot of water, you could have tased her and let her shake in the water. Seriously.
wow. Is this the second video, Boss Chick, or the first one? The second one with the other angle.
This is the first one. This is the actual one that was leased from the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, there's a second video that surfaced about 3 days ago from a different.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that one for you next.
Oh God, that she was.
I just
It's sad.
and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
reach paperwork.
What paperwork?
I got some paperwork.
You
Just
right,
get your ID.
Liz.
Let's get your ID first, and then
One task at a
You
time
right.
here.
Okay, let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID
you
is.
can send that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Wait for your hot steaming water.
Oh, wait for hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
Shot fire.
Shot fire! Shot fire! Drop the fucking pot!
Now,
No.
did you guys catch
Three
that?
arrests now. We got a headshot
Hold on.
with the female. Headshot with the female. 1078.
Did this iPad just turn on?
Fuck.
Hold on, I gotta get back on this.
I'm gonna go get my kit.
Now, your headshot, dude. You're actually done.
I mean,
You can go get that headshot. God damn it.
shit, y'all. I don't know how to.
Fuck. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water in the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
This video actually made me cry, y'all.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Let her fucking just.
She's not moving.
Girl, no
They're
LA
still-
girl. The conversation is simple. Caller is delusional. People spread their own opinions, and
You good?
anybody believes
All right.
anything. Can you explain your
Fuck.
comment, please? Would you like to come up?
Well,
Can you explain that comment? And when you mean caller, do you mean Sonya? If you're not a Mason, you're not gonna know Mason business. And just because he was a Mason, that meant Zimmerman had the right to kill Trayvon. I'm not really understanding either one of your comments. I would appreciate it if you would come up. You're absolutely right. Most people don't know Mason business, but
Right.
Masons, like anybody else, sometimes they talk too fucking much. And you always tell somebody something because you think you can trust them. And a lot of Masons are all over the internet. It was a lot of things we didn't know about Masons until the internet.
Yep. It was Masons who
So,
spread internal Mason business.
Can you come up? No LA girl. Okay, boss chick, let me put this up here. So anybody, what do you feel about this comment? Boss chick, Hierophant, Elijah, anybody? Because I don't understand.
This conversation is simple.
I'm
and the
assuming
caller
she's
is
saying that the
delusional.
caller is Sonya Massey and she's delusional.
All right, can you guys hear me now? Oh,
Yes. There's an echo.
Anybody? Is my mic muted? Hello?
No, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Noya, girl,
Can
can
y'all
you
hear
click
me?
on the link and come up? We don't want to get it confused with what you're typing. We want to understand what you're saying.
Hello, boss chick, can you hear me?
You know, what else do we do?
Yes, Miss
I'm not
Kim.
taking hot
I
boiling
can't hear nothing. Hold
water to the fucking face, and it already reached us.
on. Can y'all hear me?
They got a
Oh,
52
y'all
in
can hear me. I can't hear nothing. I can't hear
We
nothing.
can hear you.
No, yeah, 1078.
I'll leave on that. Go get it. Hurry, get to make it. We're gonna at least try and stop the blood.
I don't know if you guys even heard him say there's no blood coming from her head.
No, I didn't hear that.
They got a 52 en route.
Yeah.
I know y'all said y'all can hear me, but I can't hear anything, so I really can't
Yeah, I'm not
respond to
taking fucking boiling
anything.
water in the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
But I would like
God
for
damn it.
somebody
You
to
good?
address
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
this comment right here.
Let her fucking just.
God.
Nola girl, we're gonna drop the link if you like to come up so you can make a clear understanding of your comment. We love
Hello?
Can you hear us, Miss Kim?
I clearly got some technical issues going on here. No, LA girl, can you come up or can you type in the box an explanation for your comment, please? I would appreciate it.
What we do, man? Fuck. You good? All right. Fuck. Well, I mean, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us.
that makes no sense.
Okay, can we go ahead and remove her from the room, please? That's a deep, serious comment. I don't know if she's a troll. I don't know if she's trying to be funny, but because she's not responding, please exit her out of the room. I would
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
that.
I'll go get my med kit.
Go get her, get your med kit.
You're not what we do.
We're gonna at least try and stop the blood.
Y'all can hear her trying to breathe, trying to take breaths.
Come on. Where's he at? Come on. She's still gasping a little bit.
You got any mess coming back?
You want to hand me another rag up there? Up there, to your right. Right there.
Anything you need for? All right. I'm not even gonna waste my med stuff then. You want to run down real quick?
Nope, not yet.
All right. House is clear. She was the only one.
Where's the gun?
No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water.
You shot her?
Yeah. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came out with boiling water. That's what all this is. I was standing right here.
All right.
That's where she's landed.
What do you need from us?
Just nothing right now. Just hang out.
I need to.
No. I don't know what happened.
You still want me holding this pressure?
Yeah. EMS is coming.
She's still gasping.
Okay.
She's still gasping a little bit.
All right.
Give me that where
she's been hit.
I think in the eye.
Oh my
I think in
lord.
the eye. I'm not for sure.
Find the blue blood pressure cup.
Don't move that if you can.
Copy.
And
Where's she shot?
I think in the eye.
Okay.
That's where I've got the pressure
Yeah,
at.
that's one. They can tell.
Not that I can tell though.
We'll move back.
I can't feel one.
No. Sorry. Stay out. Come out. You can't. Don't move that. You can't. Don't move that. Yeah.
Right from the back. Take her on the back. We'll see what happens.
I need you guys over here. You need that backboard.
All right, go and get that down. Just get it up, down.
In the kitchen right
You
now.
guys grab the backboard.
Yep. Stay with him.
Yeah, it's okay. She's still acting up breathing. No. Get her on the backboard. Get her in the back. Get her. Please try not to move this back.
Try to move that back. Check. One more. I got to be.
Try to pull that back.
It's in here.
Have this bucket behind you.
Yeah, you're fine. I can't feel an exit wound. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one either.
Okay. Don't move that back. Okay.
Do we know what caliber weapon she shot with?
9 mil.
Okay. Right back where we go. I was going to need to grab her back up on the blood. Yeah.
Do you need me out of your way?
Yeah, I'll take it. Hey, do we have any ideas?
We're trying to do.
I think it's Sandra. They were out there earlier.
I want to call her.
So y'all heard her say her name is Sonya. We was out here earlier.
Right. I heard that. Did you hear where he said she's still breathing too? So
Yeah.
girl, it's so many talking points. You were right. What was it? Letty B? Yes, ma'am.
What's the chances you can cover
Y'all just watch how shaken up this police officer was.
And this is the second body cam, right? Not the person that shot her.
Correct.
Okay.
Look at him right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get. Oh wow. He was not a part of whatever was going on. He was not aware. What he's doing right now is inappropriate. If he fired his weapon at any point, he was not supposed to clean his hands.
He never fired his weapon.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, he should. Wow.
Thanks, so.
We'll talk about it lunch later. Give us a moment.
I think this officer did the right thing. He wanted to render aid immediately.
Yeah. I don't feel like he was aware if there was any type of setup. Oh no, you could, lunch lady. If there was any type of setup going on, I don't think he was aware. I just want to let y'all know. a lot of the weapons as a law enforcement officer. I worked in prisons. I worked for the highway patrol, all that. You have to be exposed, quote unquote, to the weapons that you will use. So bean shots, the bean bags, tased, pepper sprayed, all of that. And anybody who's worked in, let's say, corrections knows that.
And that's my
Continue though.
question. Like, why wouldn't he use a taser?
Right. And you see this particular officer, I don't know if you guys caught it, but if you watch what's in his hands, he switches weapons. He immediately went for, I believe that this officer went for his lesser force weapon, which would be the taser. And then he switched his weapon to the higher force weapon, which would be the fatal weapon, which is the gun, the pistol. But I need to look at the video again, and that's going to come out in investigations too. This is all just crazy. It is.
Fuck, man. Fuck. I'm at my car. What's up, buddy?
You good?
All right, sure. What's this? All right, turn that off. Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
That's a hand pistol. And for anyone who can't tell the weapons right off the bat, just look at the bottom of the handle.
Do y'all see that theme and also where she kind of threw it?
No, I didn't catch it. Let me, girl.
Right there.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
DC Jefferson. I
yeah.
can't hear y'all, but I can read your comment. I'm trying to figure out why your name is
You see her
green.
hand? It's
I
like
won't know
she's
because I
tossing
can't hear
it.
nothing y'all saying. You right, Letty. She suspected something. She suspected something.
I see that now. Wow.
I was on.
Okay,
I'm
let
gonna
me
go get my
figure out
cake.
how to drop
No,
off
get
this
headshot,
from here.
dude.
I'm
She's
using
done.
a whole
You
different
can go get it, but
device.
that's a
Let me
headshot.
see. Hold on, give me a
Thank you,
second.
Tate.
God damn it.
God, fuck.
Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
Damn it.
You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Also got, let her fucking just, that's not what you do, man.
Fuck.
Let her just what? Let her just what?
Yeah, she's down. It's two of y'all.
Fuck. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to fucking face, and it already reached us.
They got a 52 in route?
Yeah, 1078.
Can y'all hear her breathing in the background?
I hear gasping. When they got close, this officer went up to, provide medical assistance. I did hear like gasping. This is, oh girl.
I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too.
I was on.
Do y'all see how she springed
Oh,
up
please don't
something she
tell me
did?
she threw that back.
His arm is a little blocking, but I think she did throw this water, baby. I'm sorry.
Let me see if I can slow it down.
Yeah, it looks like both her hands go up to her head, and let's see, yeah. Because DC Tarot Dreams, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, honey. I'm not too big, too small to say I'm wrong. Thank you so much to everybody that's come in while we're reviewing and talking about this. If you have something to say, we have the links in the chat. I think there are a few more spots. We're going to wait on Miss Kim to get back in while we review this. Yeah, I see 2 mittens in her hand
Did
and the
y'all see
pot's still
that?
on the stove.
What was that she did though? Like she did like
She
a
put her
hand
hands
motion.
she put her hands to her head, but prior to that, his arm is blocking.
Let me slow down again.
I'm sorry, y'all. My eyes ain't that good. Yep, her hands were not on the pot at all. I see that. So I stand corrected. Thank you, DC Tarot.
Do y'all see the pot?
D Tate says slow it down to a quarter.
Let me see if I can slow it down a little bit more. I think that's it.
Okay. I agree, lunch lady. Most people with documented mental illnesses, and even without it, they interact with these people, not these people, with officers. I don't want to, isolate them. But they interact with officers a little more often than they should, without proper representation, without intervention from other people like family members. She was obviously nervous or in fear because she asked the representative on the phone, the 911 dispatcher,
To
to
stay on the
stay with
line.
her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, for what? To me, this whole state, Illinois, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet.
Look right here. She take her hands off.
Uh-huh.
She go down. She goes back and grab the pot and she tosses it. Now, if y'all see, the pot is no longer there. You see the pot's gone?
Oh yeah, when he moves his arm. Where's that other video? Yep. I see it. I think she attempts to and then drops it after she gets shot. Wow.
She puts her hands up. She drops down. She goes back up. She grabs the pot. She tosses it. He shoots her. And now the pot is gone. Once he moves his hand, you'll see the pot is no longer
Yes,
there.
she did toss the pot. Did y'all see that? She didn't drop it. TT. Slow it down and freeze frame, baby. Oh, yes, I saw it. The pot went up into the air. Even still, excessive force. I'm sorry.
Because he already intended on what he wanted to do to her.
Exactly. He stated what he was going to do prior to her even going near it. Yeah, DC, this is crazy. And hey, baby.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta keep. I
Yeah,
gotta
because
keep
it's
playing it.
evidence. It's evidence. It'll shut down all the exactly, DC. Hot water is not a freaking threat. What you do in the shower? Run and shoot that. Yep. Y'all see the pot was in the air. Yep. And stop it. Yep. Yeah. Wow.
And you see the steam right there.
Yep. You see the steam.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. So did she throw the pot?
Turn that
Ooh.
off.
Show Miss Kim, girl. Show Miss Kim. Thank you, D Tape, for pointing that out. Thank you. This is a good talking point.
Y'all see the pot in her hand?
Yeah.
She tosses it.
So she tossed the empty pot.
It wasn't empty. Do you see the smoke right there?
I
Let me
know in
play it
her
again.
hand it just looks like the pot was empty by the time she raised it. Let me see.
The only thing that I could think they would use against her is that this is a projectile. This is crazy.
I mean, at this, if she threw this water
True.
at him, even with her throwing that bottle, he just wasn't close enough for that pot of
For
water
that
to
pot to hit
hit
him.
him and cause
Exactly.
danger. And
Exactly.
the fact that he thought she was going to do anything wrong, he should have been backing up.
He should have backed out, called for backup, did that. And yes, DC, it is not legally justifiable with the amount of force that was used. I'm going to keep going back to that because it was just excessive.
Y'all see the steam right there?
Yeah.
Right here in this area.
Uh-huh. But we didn't see her throw the water, right?
We 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 don't see the water get thrown, but we see the pot in the
We see the
air.
pot in the air. Check it out, guys. Slow down and think. Let's not get defensive. I see some comments. Just let you know, let's not do that on this channel. Not today.
Mm-hmm.
The pot was not in the sink. Watch it.
Let me see.
You see the steam?
Yeah.
And now, Robin, do you see the pot going towards the officer? It was not in the sink, love.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see where she threw that pot. I can see where she dropped it and maybe the water went over that way. I don't see her throwing that pot.
She didn't
I
throw
don't
the
see.
pot. I think she
Oh,
just tossed the water.
oh, okay.
She goes down. And right here, she comes back up and grab the pot. You see her toss it. You see that's her hands going up.
Yeah,
She's
I see
tossing the
that.
water right now. Do you see the steam right here?
I see the steam.
And then the pot, when he moves his hand, is no longer up there. Watch on the counter sink.
So if she threw the water at
You see the
him,
pot
why
is
is the
gone.
water on the other side of him?
You see the steam coming off the chair right here.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I see it. Yep.
Oh God.
I'm gonna play it one more time, y'all. Then we're gonna go through.
Here we
I'm
go. Hit these
sorry.
comments.
Oh my God.
Y'all, this is another case of something that just went array. It's totally array. I do understand the emotional tensions and all of that. Please no.
I'm sorry. I don't give a damn if she threw the pot. He had all the time in the world.
Right.
Thought she was a threat to back
Right.
up.
Right. Get out of the house. Call for backup. Do whatever else you think you need to do. But that's just excessive force. I can't get away from it. I'm sorry. Pot,
Right
no
here.
pot. Water,
You
no
see the
water.
steam.
And she's a person that is obviously known to have some type of mental illness.
Yes.
That should have been the first indicator. Someone who is familiar with mental illness in that area should have been on the scene. People know who she is, so obviously, come on, y'all. Like, I agree. I'm not coming for nobody saying she did or didn't do anything. That's not what I'm on. What I'm on is the justification behind the. I'm gonna just call it unaliving.
Yeah. 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 This was too much. It just went too far. It just went too
Right,
far. Oh my
right.
God.
We can recover from water
And,
burns. I do
and,
it all the
and then
time.
we cannot forget what he said. He called her crazy bitch. It sounds like he
Yeah,
was basically refusing her medical attention. There's more than just the pot of water and the
yep,
shooting. It's his attitude, his tone in the beginning. It's
yep.
all they have to look. If I look, they can't even put me on the jury because it just wouldn't be right
It'll
with me.
go left
Yeah.
immediately.
He was looking for trouble, TT. And I saw one video, Elijah brought it up, where they were saying there was an incident there was a nurse that worked at the hospital connected to her. And it was explaining an incident. And then the nurse is connected to this officer. Right,
Go ahead,
ladies.
Miss Kim.
There was a nurse, if I'm not mistaken, there was a nurse that was connected to this officer. Elijah, do you know anything about that?
Let's see if he's still in.
Elijah, can you hear? I think he has to come back on his other account.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sad if she threw that water. God damn it. I mean, I
Even if
still
she
don't see it.
did,
I see the steam. I see the pot. I do not see where she tossed the water.
oh, did you guys see Lunch Lady's comment? She says are you saying that the nurse is the officer's girlfriend? Can you
Yeah,
clarify that,
yeah.
Lunch Lady?
The hospital she was in, the nurse was connected to this officer. Somebody was connected to this officer. She said that was his girlfriend.
Wow.
Ooh.
Thank you for that info, Lunch Lady.
Hey, Lunch Lady, can you come up and give us a story? That is crazy. This ain't making no sense. Unless this is some small town where everybody know everybody and the sheriff live next door and the teacher is mama's best friend.
Right.
There's some shit behind it.
It almost seemed like he came in with a get back motive. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Show the other camera view for clarification. Okay, there's another camera view.
You mean, I think she's I'm sorry, I don't know if DC is a guy or girl, but the officer who actually fired, that's the person.
We don't need a fire here.
I don't think you can see it from his point of view because he's kind of behind him. That's why he never shot, or his thing never went off.
Oh. Away from your hot steaming water. Yeah.
See, he turns around.
Yeah.
His hand's already on his gun right now.
Yeah.
That's intent right there. That's intent. The taser's always on the left side.
Oh, God.
The other officer does not have a weapon pulled yet. Y'all see that?
Oh, God.
If he would have shot, he would have shot that other police officer. He never discharged his weapon.
Hold on, boss chick. I can't hear you. What you say?
I said the way he was angled, he would have shot. He would have put, the thing in the police officers the way he was angled.
Yeah.
So
And,
he
and
never
yep.
discharged his weapon.
Two things I want to say about this little portion of the video. The second officer whose body cam reviewing obviously does not perceive a threat enough to pull his fatal weapon, period. Both of them must have been right-handed because they teach you in law enforcement to put your fatal weapon on the strong side. Okay, so if they were left-handed, it'd have been on the left side. If they were right-handed, on the right side. When you look at this video as they're walking up, you can see the taser is holstered on the officer who fired. It's on his left side. He immediately put his hand on his right side. That is intent. When Crump, who is a trial attorney, okay, a criminal trial attorney, he's certified. When they look at this video, prosecutors and all that, it's going to jump immediately to some type of prosecution, I hope, because that is intent straight off. They teach us that in law enforcement. Don't pull it. Don't put your hand on it unless you plan to use it.
You see the steam right there.
Mm-hmm. I see the steam. Like I said, I just don't see where she attempted to throw the pot. But you know what? This is some bullshit. I'm about to start throwing water on every fucking body because I ain't got time for shit. She threw some fucking water.
She threw water. Yeah, like what do you do in the shower? Are you popping off in the shower? Like
right. And I get this is steaming hot water, but he could already sense something was wrong. So
right.
Back the fuck up.
Back up. The officer, I just want to state, lunch lady, the officer number 2, and I'm stating this, I will show you some things about me, honey, that would let you know I've been in law enforcement for a long time, but I'm no longer in it because of situations like this. However, what he has on is, they're called duty gloves. It's safety gloves. The fingertips are exposed so that he can grab his gloves, and they're slip resistant, so he won't risk dropping his weapon and a misfire happens. That's what that is. It's not to cover up anything. It's normal in law enforcement for people to have gloves, even to have the sleeves that go all the way up their arms. However, like I said, if he would have discharged his weapon, he would have not been able to leave the area without turning that stuff over. This is just a sad freaking case. I'm trying so hard not to cuss, y'all.
Because they know, I be trying that too, Hierophant, but it don't work that often. But I be trying to. I promise y'all. I do. These people knew her. Like you said, she was well known. She seemed to be well known, and people knew her mental illness. But now, where's the lunch lady? Lunch lady said, hold on, let's go back. Let's address some comments.
Lunch lady, please come up, girl.
Please come up, lunch lady. Click the link and come up. Because we need to understand this. She made a comment about it was somebody got the job. Somebody got him the job. Okay, who recommended the job? The father? The girlfriend's father recommended the police officer the job? Oh my God.
Yeah, because you made 2 comments. You said, I do remember seeing that. Let me go back and try to find it. The lunch lady got the tea.
Yeah, she do. Now, I wasn't was not a police officer, but even when I worked with probation kids, right, we went through a lot of trainings and we were taught a lot of things about de-escalating and help and saving ourselves and saving the kids.
Correct.
We were taught little things like grab a chair and put a chair between you. If you feel threatened, just turn around and run from the kid. But do anything that you can before you have to put this child in danger or put your own life in danger. And so these officers have got to have taken more extensive training than that.
Oh, yes. Anytime you're given, think about it. When you go through anybody who owns a weapon, anybody in the comments, anybody who owns a weapon, they teach you the same things. Use of force is the last thing, unless you have to meet force with equal force. If they have a weapon that's fatal, you meet it with a fatal weapon. If they got a knife, you get a knife. You don't get a gun. It's unfortunately, people like this person don't follow those rules. I'm going to say it that way. Okay, lunch lady says Sean G. girlfriend father recommended him for this job with this county. Oh, okay.
Who is Sean G?
The one who shot.
Oh, the officer.
The officer, yes, ma'am. Now this is Mr. Crump.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh God, this is so serious. This is crazy. Mm.
Direction, front to back, downward and slightly right to left. Range, no soot or gunpowder stippling on the skin. If you could turn it over. And I would tell you, they have an anatomical model that is very important. Here, obviously, you have Sonya Massey with her beautiful smile. But you have, as they say, the injury right beneath the left eye. And then they talk about how the exit is posterior left surface of the upper neck, below the ear, below her hairline. Now, why this is so significant, is it confirms that Deputy Sean Grayson shot in a downward trajectory. He shot in a downward trajectory. This autopsy findings coupled with the video where we see her ducking, saying, sorry, sir, sorry. He shot when she's making a motion coming up. That's how you get the downward trajectory. And you see on the video his arm, he aims down. He literally aims down. You see his arms braced in a downward trajectory. And we know that he walked 2 to 3 steps to his right, out away from the counter, where it was, we believe, from objective observation, to get a better shot at Sonya Massey. And when Sonya Massey was staring at the back
I
of her
believe
gun,
so, boss chick. I believe it
we
was
see on the video what
premeditated.
she did. She stooped down and said,
Totally.
sorry. And we believe that the bullet,
He's standing over her,
the shot,
essentially. That's what he's saying.
was shot while she was in a stooping position coming up. And that's how you get the downward trajectory. And the autopsy confirms what everybody already knew on the video, that this was just a senseless, unnecessary, excessive use of force.
Yep.
Completely unnecessary. Certainly not justified. I mean, how can you justify this? She's all of 5'1", 110 pounds. He's approximately 6'5" tall, approximately 260 pounds. Completely excessive. Completely excessive. And so we will continue to provide you updates, evidence as we get it, because we're not taking for granted that America wants to see Sonya Massey like Deputy Sean Grayson saw her. We want to make sure that America sees her as a human being worthy of dignity and respect and consideration. We don't take it for granted. Your actions speak so loud, we need not hear your words. And until we get a conviction and a sentence, we will continue to keep our foot on the gas and full steam ahead and fight for justice for Sonya Massey. Full steam ahead. We understand far too often, especially as it relates to Black women in America, there's not equal justice. There's not equal justice. And just like Sonya Massey said, and I continue to use her words, until this discriminatory criminal justice system
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
For the death of Sonya
Yep,
Massey.
he's a very strong
We
believer.
rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Justice for Sonya Massey. Justice for Sonya Massey. Justice for Sonya Massey.
So, real quick, Lunch lady says Isabel Butterfield. That's the word on the street, the nurse's name. And welcome back.
Yes.
Isabel Butterfield.
Let's see
Wait,
here.
did you want me to comment on that?
The
Yes, if you
Isabel
have
Butterfield.
something to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. So what I've heard from different things. So how like so I guess like she was treating Sonia, and so it just goes. So this guy, when I was on TikTok live, he was like, "Oh, so they got into some beef and they knew each other, and the wife and Sonia were beefing, and this is all. So there's not really anything to do with race, but fucking just straight up beef, right? But at the same time, what I was saying, how it's all fake and set up. They all know each other, being in the Freemasonry as high ranks and getting money out of this. So it could be two things. I'm not sure. So and I did see that like blood splatter that they blurred, but like I said before, like where is it on the walls? Could it have been fake? Could she put fake blood on the floor? Or did she get sacrificed? You see, these are things that, see, if I was an investigator, these are things that I would investigate. I literally would take my time and investigate this if I could. And, because I want people to know the truth. I hate people being lied to. I don't like
So
that
do
shit.
you so
That's
do
all
you
I can say.
think that so are you saying Sonia's family was Masons and Eastern Stars?
So I think that her husband might have been, and and he was a high-ranking Freemason. So they're all going to, all of them are going to get a bag out of this. But Sean Grayson is in jail. So Soros basically said, "Oh, I tricked you. You're not getting your money." So maybe the wife and Sonia and the husband, they have their money. So. But that's if she's alive. If she's dead, then then Soros had to pay her son and the husband millions of dollars to sacrifice.
Right.
So there's a lot to it.
So if this theory is true, she's alive
So
and she will never see her children again.
Well, there's two things because either Sonia's children know about it or they do, because that's the thing. Why wasn't her son on CNN crying about, oh, my mother got shot? Like, why weren't you crying? That's the same thing with Gianna Floyd. Oh, daddy changed the world. Daddy changed the world. Why she should be crying right now? Why is she not crying? I
So
mean, all these signs are.
how do you convince a child to agree to never see his mother again?
So, I mean,
It's just a theory, y'all.
Yeah, but the theory, I hear it, but it's just because I know a little bit of the inside of the inside. It's just a little, it makes sense. I'm not saying she's not unalive, but it's just a lot of what Elijah's saying. It's making sense.
It
Um,
kind of reminds me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Miss Kim. My apologies.
no, I'm. Go ahead. I'm just really disturbed at this information.
Really, what this reminds me of is the confusion, like when the Trump thing, and people were like, "Well, this was staged," and then innocent people, in the background were hurt. It's collateral damage. Obviously, she recognized this man immediately, and she started calling on her higher power for a bag. I don't know whose family would do what. Like I said, I know people who are high up, and the things that I hear and see, and I can't not believe what Elijah's saying. I can, however, believe what I'm seeing. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's right. I think that somewhere in there, yes, somebody's tied into this. This man came into her home with an intention. He was outside very aggressive from the start. You come into the door or not?
He
Who
was.
responds like that when
He
when
was.
someone says there's an intruder, I need help? Who comes and responds as if the victim is the perpetrator. There was some personal intent behind this. That's what I'm focusing on. Conspiracies are going to be conspiracies. Our country was built on lies. Let's just put it out there. Our country was built on lies. So I'm not surprised by the lies. What I am surprised at is this a continuation. Exactly, let it be. Satan's world, a continuation of people of our demographic being used as sacrifice and employees and puppets.
Wow, I had to mute my mic. Somebody's driving past with music. This is Satan's
Yeah.
world. Any and everything is happening. Ooh, wow. TT said this is real, nowhere near fake. I just don't know how we would know the truth, TT, if it's real or not. Like how? Well, yeah, I don't know. All I do know is, like I said, even being a part of the Masons, I was not privileged to my brother's information at all. They were always in our meetings, for whatever reason, and as a form of protection. But we knew nothing about their business when they had their meetings. We never knew anything. We've had dinners with them and everything, but when it comes to their personal business and what they do in their meetings,
They're
I
very
never knew
private.
nothing.
Mhm. They're very, very private. I stepped out of it in the very beginning. I was introduced, grandfathered in, essentially. My mother and father's side, both sides,
Yeah.
No,
all of them. Um, I was told by a lot of them not to get in, and when I tried to get in, I was turned around at the door, literally, because my family blocked me. But I understand now. Now that I got a little more spiritual knowledge, a little more knowledge of the world, I completely understand. Because once you get high up, like you said, it's a new secret every time.
Yep.
What's
Yep.
Mhm.
yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, your question. You asked, how do you convince a boy to, that his mother's gonna die? So realistically, if someone,
No, not
say-
die, Elijah. Hold on. We're not convincing him that she's gonna, unless the son believes that she's dead. But if the son is in on it, how can you convince a small child that we're gonna fake kill your mother and you'll never see her again? But here's $1 million.
Right.
so how old is Sonya Massey? So I think he's over 14, 15.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, I mean, I seen the interview because I think I know what you're talking about. Her son is like, no, she has an older child. He's like 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that her only child?
I believe so.
Uh, D-Tate says 17, so that's well
17.
enough.
Okay.
So, so yeah. So your question is, so that's the thing. If they were in on it, so
Thank you
maybe
for that announcement, boss chick.
yeah. So if they were in on it, they would say, okay, well, why wouldn't Sonia and her dad just say, hey, well, this is what's happening. I'm a high degree of Freemason. This is how we're gonna get our money. You have to act like this. So maybe he's still with his mother now. If they said you can never see your mother again, then that's just hard and that's just tough because unfortunately, stupid George Soros and his Freemason goons probably threatened him and gave him money and to not see his mother again, which
Yeah.
sucks, you
Okay.
know. And
Yeah.
I don't want to, I know that there's good Freemasons out there, but the bad ones when they rank up, they're, you know, just look up the Illuminati imagery with along with the Masonry. There's bad ones too, and they're when the high
Oh yeah.
ranks do bad things.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
And I would like to say too that I even when I was in Miami, like around what I think it was like 2022. Uh, I've met a Mason before, and a bad one. And I was just talking about how I wanted to used to be a Mason when I was like in high school, and but he was like, "Oh, you're so smart," talking about everything and how I was enlightened and everything. And I told him that my theories are, like George Floyd and everything. He was like, "Yeah, all that is true. You know that all of this is a setup. You know, so I mean, not now. That was 2022. I'm not talking about Sonya. I'm talking about George Floyd. Um, so it's just, I mean, for me, when I piece things together, and then my experiences, what I've been through, and talking to different people, this is how I know, you know.
Mm. Oh
So
wow. Oh wow. I remember being in Ghana and I would pass by a Masonic temple every time I went out. And it was just a little small temple. There was never anybody there. And I remember saying to myself, like, should I get out and go in and, join this and be a part of this over here in Ghana? And I just couldn't. I just wouldn't. I couldn't be a part of it anymore. Like I said, after my third degree, that was it. That third secret was enough for me, and I didn't want to know the next secret from that point on.
right, yeah, he was,
Right.
and I don't know what happened. This guy was, on vacation. He was from California, and he basically, he told me why. I said, "Why the hell are you revealing this stuff to me?" He says, "You know why? Because fuck George Soros." Because he was like George Soros. I was supposed to. So he says in the next 4 years, in 2024, that there was going to be another event, right? He didn't know what it was, but he said I wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to get paid. I wanted them to bust me out of prison because I was going to be the culprit, right? Now I wanted to get my money, and he overheard Soros saying, "Oh yeah, we're not going to fucking pay him. We're going to tell him, oh yeah, but we're going to tell him we're going to pay him. They're not going to fucking pay him." That's why he said, "You know what? I'm done with this shit." He said, "Fuck Soros, fuck all the." So, and he's telling me all this.
Mm.
Me and this guy, me and the he. So even before that was like, why is he spewing all this information? Like we literally, like we were hanging out, we were on Miami Beach, we were hanging out, and he invited me to his hotel, with a bunch of strippers and hookers, everything. We just had a blast, and obviously he was like, okay, like opening up to me, getting a little loose. And because I was telling him about how I wanted to, I want to tell you again, but how I wanted to, be a Mason right out of high school,
Yeah.
but not anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't.
We have a person, Lynn Huey, is on stage. Boss Chick, have you brought her up? It looks like he's backstage.
There's no way to bring them up. It says device not connected. They would have to exit out and come back in again.
Okay, Lynn, go out and come back in again so you can come on stage. Oh, this is getting deep.
Yeah, and I can only imagine those few little secrets that honey. Just think
Girl.
about it. Yeah. Yeah. You
Uh-uh.
guys, we can't say nothing on the airways and the freeways and the
Yeah,
byways because we'll be the next targets.
you
But
damn
just
right.
know it's deep, baby. It's deep.
Wow. Did she come back in? No, she didn't come back in yet.
So I saw Lunch Lady and DT. The boy was 17. The girl, oh, not was, is 17. The girl is 15 years old.
Now I can see if they threaten his life and his family's life, like let your mama go or we gonna unalive everybody. I can see that, him agreeing to it after that. Like what choice would he have after a threat like that? But this is just unbelievable. Just this is craziness to me.
Right, right. And another comment, DC Tarot says, "Are these the George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Farmer's Almanac Freemasons? I'm not familiar with the Freemason stuff."
I'm
We
not
have
familiar.
DC in the chat if you would like to speak, DC.
Yeah, I don't know that I can't say the Farmer's Almanac and all of that is connected to Freemasons. So they're different things. Maybe it's some of those people may be Freemasons, but I don't really understand the question. DC Tarot was up.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
Okay.
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I can
ma'am.
hear you.
Welcome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he says when I hear Freemason um, or Masons, I automatically think of George Washington because that's what he was, when during the Declaration of Independence. And they have their own way of doing different things. like astrology, but I've never heard anything way out like I was just hearing. It might be something else. That's why I wanted to clarify. Is this the Farmer's Almanac people? Because those are the Masons that I know.
Yeah, I think I've heard that George Washington was, but I can't say that for sure. Queen DC, are you on stage? Oh, that's who's talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Queen DC, do you believe she threw the water?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. So I see that she threw the water, but no way was that water going to ever make it to her. No way. She didn't even throw it that far, and he was
Cannot
standing,
see it.
really far away.
Mm.
But I was watching a show yesterday, and it was no 2 days ago, and it was two retired cops and an attorney. Okay, and one cop took the side that the guy was not going to be convicted for what was happening, and the other cop took the side that he would be convicted. And it was just interesting to, just like tonight, it was interesting to hear those two perspectives, because I know I've certainly didn't realize a lot of things till I heard you guys discussing it about this case until this evening. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
get a chance, I think I put the link in there. It's um Dr. Richie. He does I Wish a Karen Would.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I watch him daily to find out, what Karen went crazy today. So,
Uh,
but I definitely uh, I think that this is crazy. They're going to really slug this out in court, and I'm glad to see Crump on it. I really like him. I really like that attorney. Hopefully, he'll get the family some justice.
I,
Yeah, yeah. When they were small time attorneys on Pensacola Street and Appalachia Street, right here in Tallahassee, they were still swinging just like that, baby. Trust me, it's gonna it's gonna be something to watch. I hope we touch point on that later on too.
mm. So because that
We
means
lost you for a minute, Miss Kim. If you could repeat.
what'd you say, boss chick?
We lost you for a minute. If you could repeat what you were saying.
Was saying even with Trump's shooting, they were saying that that was staged and it was made up. That would mean that too many people had to be involved and know about it for that to have been staged. There was innocent people sitting in the stands. So I don't see how something like that could be staged. When he got shot with a real gun and a man lost his life, but it's possible.
I don't know. Trump's reaction was like, "What the hell?" He looked around like, "Oh snap!" So girl,
But I wasn't shocked at Trump's behavior at all. Like him or not, he's a trooper for real. He brushed that off
yeah,
like somebody
he threw his fist
pinched
up,
him.
yo.
Yeah. So I wasn't shocked at his crazy ass behavior at all. Trump is like a 8-year old only child with all these toys, and he don't know how to get along with other people. He say what he want to say. So when he just kind of touched his ear and brushed it off like it was nothing and pumped his fist, but for
Yep,
that to have been staged, it would have involved too many people. And I mean, you also have to be convinced that all of these people are going to stay quiet for the rest of their lives.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Wow. We have 30 people in the room with only 17 likes. If y'all could like the screen, if you can like and share, it would be nice. It is absolutely free. Just tap the screen. And like I said, if you can share, thank you for being here. Welcome to the Chemisphere. Okay, I can't hear nothing again.
Hold on. I'm gonna get a headshot. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it. God, fuck. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to her feet, too. God damn it. You good? I'm good. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Holster up. Let her fucking just. There's nothing we can do, man. Fuck. You good? All right. Fuck. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us. They got 52 in route? Yeah, 1078. Very teen, she's still breathing, but she's losing a lot of blood from the head. I'll go get my med kit. I mean, there's not much we can do. Do we got any call history with her being 1096? Obviously locked.
1078 request assistance. Okay.
Negative. She's in the kitchen.
He's so nonchalant about all of this. Just listen to him talk.
I think he planned this on him.
Like even after she fell to the ground, he didn't even go near her to check a pulse or nothing.
No,
He told the other guy not to.
Yeah.
Then now they're saying she's 1096, which means a mental subject. That's what that means.
House is cleared. She was the only one. No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. You shot her? Yeah. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came out with boiling water. That's what all this is. I'm sitting right here. All right. And that's where she's landed. What do you all need from us? Just nothing right now. Just hang out there for me. Thank you. I need to find some for the house. You guys can. Other than that, that's thank you. Thank you. Me. Oh, I didn't know I had it. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. He's got tape. I think I got a roll. Oh, I didn't know I had it.
Did y'all hear what he called her?
No, what did he say?
This fucking bitch is crazy.
Oh, the effing B is crazy.
No, I heard that on the
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch.
After you done shot this woman in the face,
Yep.
first off, standing over her. Wow.
Me. Oh, I didn't know I had it.
No remorse whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
Y'all heard him?
Yeah.
And you know what? It's like, can his officer see that he's showing no remorse whatsoever?
No remorse.
No concern?
None.
Now,
His
I
voice,
wonder
his demeanor.
How is the other officer is a key witness, so he's going to be witness against his partner.
Yeah, they're gonna listen. What's gonna happen? They're gonna blackball him inside the department. They are going to, if he does not cooperate with them and saying, "Hey, say what we want you to say," it's going to be one of those you're suspended too, like how Eli was saying. You jump in the cell with him pretty much.
Ooh.
You either lie for us or get in there with him.
Wow. Yep.
I've seen it happen. Literally seen it happen.
Wow. Oh God.
This is why our justice system is so corrupt. It is. And we're not the worst country. We're not.
Mm.
I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, I heard that the first time. Yep.
This is my first time hearing that. I cannot believe he said that.
Instead of saying God rest her soul,
Yeah.
Or I just need a moment. I've had to discharge a weapon when I was working with the prison. Someone tried to escape, and I had to discharge a weapon. I'm gonna tell you, I was like that second officer. I was shaking. I did not want to have to unalive somebody. That is the last thing, honestly. Unless you're just beaten into submission with having to do that, like how I believe military people are, you're conditioned to accept unaliving somebody. It's just not something that you want to do.
I mean, he just unalived a person, and it's like he just pushed her down on the ground. That's how he's behaving. Like they gonna just go ahead and arrest her and put her in jail. He's not reacting. When I've seen police officers that have shot people, and they are
Yeah.
disturbed when they have to do that.
Yeah.
They don't
I
just
didn't
walk
even,
around like it's no big deal,
yeah, I
even if
fired
it's
off a warning shot.
justified.
Even if it's justified. This guy was trying to get over the gate. I shot off a warning shot and I was shook. I did not listen. Yeah, that second officer, I believe he had no idea what was going on. This guy who fired off, I think he had an intention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, what
Oh,
is her family saying? Because I didn't watch them when they were on the news. Did anybody see her family speaking?
lunch lady. I didn't see the family speaking.
I do
I
have
know.
some family stuff if y'all want to watch
Yeah.
that.
Lunch lady says SG, who is the officer that fired, has colon cancer and wears a bag. Asked the judge to come out until he go back to court, but they denied him. It's
Wow.
always somebody who at the edge of their life doing something like this. Like,
Mm,
don't you think you need to be getting right with God or something? If you believe in
exactly.
God, this angry, bitter person. Wow, y'all. I gotta
We
be.
have somebody on stage.
Yeah, I'm good.
Is Estefan backstage?
DC.
Let me see. Estefan, hello, welcome.
How we doing?
We're doing
Hey,
good.
Estefan. Hey.
How we doing?
We're doing great. What do you have to say about this subject?
It just reminds me of importance of having male family members in your household. Now, if I was her, I would contact my older brother or somebody else in my family for the police, in my opinion.
Did you say it reminds you of male what?
It's important to have like male like family members so I can protect you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
he
Because
it,
said he said instead
um,
of calling the police, you should call a family member, a male family member.
Oh yeah, that's
yes,
exactly what I said in my video. Call a neighbor, a family member, because
yeah,
it ain't safe to call the police, not for
it
us.
ain't. Not for us.
And
Nope.
y'all knew she had a mental condition. Why would you not already come prepared to have to deal with her with a non-lethal weapon? You know she has an issue.
Exactly. That's the first thing for a 1096 that you get taught is be ready to restrain, detain, pepper spray, tase at the worst, unless they meet with fatal force. You don't meet. It's just I can't justify it.
Wow.
it kind of
You
reminds
said
me of Breonna Taylor in a way.
yeah, yep, yep,
Yeah, I would say cops are like this to everybody. I mean, no matter what color you are, there's gonna be a cop who's a douchebag. Um, but they, but it's like the media wants to cherry pick and pick more black stories to
right.
piss off the media and I'm sorry, not piss off the media, piss off the people. Um, it's just
Well, it might happen to everybody. It probably does happen to every race. I'm sure everybody maybe have experienced it. But we know when it comes to black and brown people, the rate is higher. I mean, we
right.
can't even
Yeah,
drive down the street without getting pulled over, and then they'll say something stupid like, "Officer, why'd you pull me over?" Or your license plate light wasn't on, or some it's a screw out of you. They're just dumb shit.
yeah,
I have went to neighborhoods where I live. The signs are green. When you get to the Brown Street signs, you're in that city that ain't used to black people and they don't want you there. So
Yeah,
it's a saying, when you
right.
see brown, turn around, because it's crazy that you cannot be in certain neighborhoods, live in certain neighborhoods, and Yeah, so everybody probably do have issues with police officers, but we see it in the Black community more than anything.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you got those, you know, police officers who are gonna be prejudiced that will do dumb shit like that. Oh, sorry. I know. No, I'm sorry. My language.
You don't have to worry about your language on here. It's okay. This is a video Boss Chick has a update.
I think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, neither have I. Let's see. Can you hear it, guys?
Not yet.
Okay.
Information is starting to leak out in the cracks of this Sonya Massey story. Huh? Information is starting to leak out in the cracks of this Sonya Massey story.
It was an incident that happened earlier that day, and I talked to two officers or whatever, and I believe that it's the same officer that my brother got to.
Now, Brenda Butterfield is the grandmother-in-law to this piece of shit that Sonya Massey, Sean Grayson, and she wrote this editorial.
So the Sonya Massey incident just got a whole lot more complicated. Sonya's mother revealed that the police knew about her mental health condition, and yet they still chose to use aggressive force. And that's not all. Her son also made a shocking revelation. According to him, the police officer who brutally took the life of his mother knew her. I'm sorry, what? That fact changes everything. I mean, that points towards a setup. And apparently, there might be some truth to it after all, since Sean's girlfriend and Sonya apparently knew each other. And get this, the only reason Sean had a job is because his girlfriend's dad put in a good word for him. Safe to say, Isabel's got the power in the relationship. And if Sonya did something to piss her off, then Sean might have taken things into his own hands. So are folks really onto something here? Did Sean really barge into that home with a sinister plan? Did the police set Sonya up? Let's find out.
So we gonna stay abreast of this, but this is just a theory. This is just a theory. We gonna update y'all as it go. But it seemed fishy to me that she didn't have clothes on and something was going on outside her house.
The cops knew everything. You see, the day Sonya dialed 911, alerting them of an intruder in the house wasn't the first time she rang up the authorities. Apparently, in the days leading up to the unfortunate incident, several emergency calls had been made from Sonya's house. In one of the calls, Sonya's mother, Donna Massey, told authorities that her daughter was suffering from a mental breakdown, and I don't want you guys to hurt her. It was around 9 a.m., and Sonya was on the streets yelling. According to Donna, when she gets upset, she thinks everybody's after her, like paranoid schizophrenic. And that's not all. It seems like Donna was well aware of the problems that could arise, and she was worried for her baby girl's safety, which is why she specifically asked the authorities to not send a prejudiced officer. In another call, a woman who didn't identify herself said that people wanted to hurt her. And then a day later, Sonya herself...
No, that's crazy.
She had to ask them not to send a prejudiced officer. Did y'all hear that?
So this is a common thing in this city.
Wow. Oh God.
Y'all, I'm about to 1096. How about that?
Because Indiana next door was a Klan capital at one point in time.
That's true. That is true. It still is, actually. I have an auntie in Indianapolis.
Okay, what does that mean?
Klan capital, like the meeting place, the starting place. Go ahead and explain
it. Like the Masonic Hall?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Boss Chick.
And she was worried for her baby girl's safety, which is why she specifically asked the authorities to not send a prejudiced officer. In another call, a woman who didn't identify herself said that people wanted to hurt her. And then a day later, Sonya herself made another call, reporting on a neighbor who had hit her with a brick. However, a sheriff's deputy met her at the hospital since she had gone there to receive medical treatment after the call. She told the officer the same story about the neighbor and that she had also broken a window in an attempt to get into the car to get away. Sonya also alerted the officer that she had recently been released from a mental health facility and that earlier that day, a police officer attempted to run her off the road. I'm sorry, exactly what was going on here? Well, this is where Sonya's son comes in. See, her family has been committed to getting the truth out there. They have been holding press conference after press conference for Sonya, and during a recent sit down in front of the cameras, Sonya's son, Malachi Hill Massey, had some interesting things to say. According to him, on the day of the incident, there had been another 911 call and 2 officers showed up at their home because of an incident. And he believes that Sean was there as well.
Only other thing, Malachi, you may want to tell them is you think law enforcement came there earlier that day.
Okay, it was an incident that happened earlier that day, and I talked to 2 officers or whatever, and I believe that it's the same officer that shot my mother. I talked to his partner first, then the second officer. That's the one that I think the one that did that. I talked to him, and they told me that because she was driving herself to the hospital or something. She wasn't even at the house when this was going on, but she was driving herself to the hospital. They told me that they were going to go there to help her, and then this happens.
After coming back from a work trip, I came home to find all our windows were replaced. I was speechless. I'd been saving.
And this has the internet shook. If Sean showed up at the house before, it means he knew about Sonya's mental health struggles. And yet, he still chose to be aggressive. So was Sonya really set up? Well, let me just clear one thing up. This isn't the first time that the idea has been floated around. During an interview with CBS Mornings, Sonya's dad, James Wilburn, revealed that he didn't even know his poor girl had been taken out by a police officer. Authorities told him that an intruder was behind the attack.
You know, I'm hearing that you were told conflicting stories. What were you told, the circumstances of this?
Well, I was never told that it was a deputy-involved shooting. We were under the impression that she was killed by the intruder or some other person from the street or something, and they just went in there and found her dead.
Wow. Wow.
I doubt that he's killed her. So my brother asked for Sonya's address, and I gave it to him. And he said, "Brother, this says deputies involved." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Heck, there was even a story of Sonya doing this to herself. In the end, it was the body cam footage that brought everything to light.
Heart-wrenching thing that we've ever seen in our lives, but if it were not for the body cam footage, we would not have known that this occurred.
Sonya's dad also talked about her daughter having some kind of idea about what was about to happen.
She had said to the officer, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," which seemed to set him off. What do you think she meant? What does that mean? What was going on that you think that she would say those words to him?
I think that she feared for her life. There was some premonition that she had. And it seems like he was just an emissary of Satan.
And, you know, speaking of the body cam footage, Sean had turned off his body cam during the interaction. It was his partner's body cam footage that ended up revealing the truth. So did Sean turn it off because he had already planned everything out? Was he trying to cover up his tracks? Was it not a random, senseless act of violence as we've been led to believe so far? Well, it does look like it according to the information that has come to light so far. One person commented, "That's why he called her a crazy B word. He already knew her from the day before." And if you think that's a stretch, wait till you find out about the hidden connection between Sonya and Sean's girlfriend. Sean's girlfriend knew Sonya. Yup, you heard that right. Sean's girlfriend, well, scratch that. Fiancé is Isabel Butterfield. Apparently, she was supposed to exchange vows with Grayson in October this year, but with the way things turned, she'd be putting that on hold. Anyways, according to people on the ground, she ran into Sonya at the mental health treatment center she used to go to. And guess who else had a job there? It was none other than Isabel Butterfield.
I started doing some digging and I realized y'all said that Sonya had on a hospital bracelet. I looked up the closest place where she could get medical care to her house, an 8-minute drive away, and guess what we ended up at? Capital Community Health Center.
And this is where the theories start coming in. You see, Sonya had her hospital bracelet on when she passed away. And so a lot of folks think that before the incident, she was at the health center getting treated, but something went down between Isabel and Sonya, which led Sonya to rush home.
Could it possibly be that the police actually...
That's why I said that she was supposed to be admitted for 30 days, but she was only in there for a week.
Yes, ma'am. You onto something. Listen, I want to know what went down at that hospital.
Yeah, but if this was planned, why wouldn't he make sure his partner's camera was off as well?
He can't. Well, a cover up has got to be a cover up. You get what I'm saying? Either the partner had to be in on what was going on or not know at all. He ain't gonna say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm finna go in here and get this B."
Yeah.
That would be a complete. He is stupid as fuck.
Now, I
Anyway,
didn't even know they could turn their body cameras off until this incident. I thought those cameras are automatically already on. I didn't know they had
Mm-mm.
a button to turn them off. That makes no sense.
Yeah, they have a button to turn them on and off. They can once now the video is closed circuit, so they can't tamper with the video. That's why they turn
You
it
can
off.
you can even hear when the police was at the back of the car and the
Yeah, he
guy
says
started
turn that
approaching him.
off.
He told
Hmm.
him to turn it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was about to debrief him. That's why, and it's part of the open investigation. At that point, he could say anything that's incriminating. The incident has since passed, so that debriefing is a private internal thing at that moment.
oh, Pinky, I know that, legally he can't not tell his partner to turn it off. But I'm saying if this was
If
planned,
this was, yeah,
then why wouldn't he tell his partner to turn his camera off as well? I
this is
understand that.
crazy.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
So he is
Oof.
in custody right now. Anybody? Is he in custody?
Yes, he's still in custody.
Okay.
They didn't give him a bond. Right, Hierophant? That's why he was asking, can the judge release him?
Correct. Yes. I know Lunch Lady said he has a bag and he was asking to get asking the judge could he come out until he get back to court, and they said no. So yeah, no bond. This is a crime. It's a fatality involved. No, hell no, you ain't. You got the chance to flee and all of that. That ain't happening. Nope.
Wow.
And you didn't do it the way that the upper Masonic management said to do it, quietly. You like dummy. I'm sorry. That's what they finna railroad him. That's exactly what's about to go on. I can see it coming. Just wait and see. So yeah, let's Springfield, Illinois is where this happened, right?
I don't know what city.
I
Okay.
think it was Sangamon.
Yeah, it was
Santa-
Springfield.
Sangamon. Okay, let me look it up real quick. Y'all go ahead. Let me do some research.
Estefan, what is your opinion of him turning that body cam off? Do you think that he really planned this and that's why his camera was off? I mean, I personally believe that.
Knowing the police history in this country, I wouldn't be surprised if that was an inside job. But I definitely, it could possibly that could have been a setup as well. You never know.
Wow. Wow. No news outlets has talked about the connection between the two ladies. I heard there was some type of talk because I heard it on the news. That's how I knew that. That's how I knew that Sonya and the wife had some type of interaction either earlier that day or the day before, something like that. So yeah, that's how I found out.
Wow.
He was agitated.
He was agitated, and I'm looking at something here on CNN. I can post the link for Boss Chick because I don't know how to share, but CNN posted about a day ago that Grayson, the officer who did the shooting, he's now listed on the statewide registry of officers that have been fired, and he previously had been disbarred from somewhere else. I'm still doing research to see if
They
he's still in
said he
custody.
had resigned at least 6 times within 3 years.
Within 3 years, yep. It's crazy.
We have 50 people watching. Can we, and 22 likes, can you all just tap the screen, please? It is absolutely free. Just tap the screen so we can allow other people to watch this video. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Especially Sean Grayson, who I'm talking about, actually caused the situation in the backyard, and then they took the call, which is why she didn't even have a chance to get clothes on. Because if I heard something in the driveway, wouldn't you automatically get dressed and at least try to be prepared just in case they try to come in the house?
A lot of folks seem to think that there's definitely something sus about the situation. One person commented, "You may be onto something because he was determined."
Take off the mask and look at your smile.
Determined to get into her house, and he had such a negative attitude towards her. As soon as she opened the door, she said, "Don't hurt me." Meanwhile, another person commented, "Why was she on the phone with 911 dispatch the whole time?" Till Grayson told her to put the phone down. Then she requested her Bible. She knew he was there to hurt her. Now it's all in the air, but people feel like the authorities need to look into the average response time in the area and then Sean's response time on the day of the incident. But if it turns out that all of this was planned, does that mean his partner was involved as well? Whatever the case, it's only adding to the suspicion around Sean Grayson. And one thing that had folks fuming was his shady employment history. You see, after Sean Grayson's name ended up in the headlines, a lot of folks were naturally interested in digging up everything about him. And you won't believe what they found. Apparently, when Sean first applied to be a police officer, they didn't just hire him because they thought he'd be good at his job. No, they hired him because he had a reference from his girlfriend's father. WCIA managed to get their hands on Grayson's personnel files through the Freedom of Information Act, and the beneficiary designation, along with his emergency contact information part, caught people's attention. He put down the name of his girlfriend, and on the references for hiring, he put down the name of her father, aka his father-in-law, Scott Butterfield, who is a former sheriff's deputy. According to a Facebook post by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, Scott turned in his badge after 30 years of service in 2020. But it looks like his word still carries weight because Sean was able to land a job because of him. Heck, how could they not hire Sean when he wrote such a 5-star review about him? Latair West Wooden, who investigated Grayson, said, "Mr. Butterfield advised me that Mr. Grayson is currently dating his daughter. Mr. Butterfield describes Mr. Grayson as a mellow, non-confrontational person who has good communication skills. Mr. Butterfield highly recommends Mr. Grayson for employment with the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office." Meanwhile, Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell said, "Grayson's personnel file includes references from people I know well." So the question here is, did everyone choose to ignore the warning signs just because Grayson had a reference from someone credible? Because you see, the warning signs were there. Sean worked at 5 different law enforcement agencies because he became a cop at the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. That's 6 different police departments between 2020 and 2024. And get this, he also had 2 drunken driving convictions within a year on his record. In fact, one of these convictions was the reason why he was prematurely discharged from the Army. So, you're telling me the Army thought that this dude wasn't competent enough to do his job, but the police force did? A psychological evaluation of Sean from May 31st, 2023 concluded he was fit to serve, but they did write this in the report. He knows he can move too fast at times. He needs to slow down to make good decisions. He was instructed to take high-stress classes. But guess what? Sean never showed up. And what's even more ridiculous is that Sheriff Campbell said he wasn't aware of any issues at Sean's previous workplaces. However, the records obtained by WCIA tell a different story. Apparently, according to the files, Sean was investigated not once but twice for his behavior while he was at the Logan County Sheriff's Office. Heck, his supervisor even wrote about Sean disobeying orders during a high-speed chase.
We're at the end of 2nd Street. She's taking out right.
How are you pursuing?
I'm about to terminate. She's flying up 121 right now.
Despite the orders to terminate the chase, Grayson kept going. And to make sure he didn't get caught, he turned off the sirens and the lights. And that decision came to bite him back because he slammed the car into a deer.
Until he hit a deer. Well, I'll definitely be terminated because a buck just smacked the side of my driver's side door.
Did you violate a direct order from the supervisor about termination?
Yes, I did. Grayson,
Of course, Grayson was questioned by his superiors for the incident.
Do you agree, before we conclude this, that there is a mountain of policy violations that you committed 7 months on? How are you still employed by us?
That's what I want.
Then there's also the report from his boss at Auburn, Illinois Police
Department. Right.
How did he pass? How did he pass a psychological exam? That's the one thing I was talking to my daughter about. And so that is the question. Wow. Go ahead, boss chick.
Department back in 2022. This was written by the Auburn chief while he was giving a representative for the Logan country a review of Sean's performance in his department. According to him, Grayson struggled with report writing, which to be fair is something we can overlook. However, what we can't overlook is the part where the Auburn chief said that Grayson was aggressive and that he posted about his illegal substance arrest on social media. But did Sheriff Campbell pay any attention to it? No, sir. In fact, he gave reporters his own twisted reasoning for ignoring it. Among the comments from his prior employers was that he needed more training. This is not unusual for deputies with Grayson's experience and a standard procedure for Sangamon County deputies. Grayson was subsequently sent to a 16-week academy training, a requirement for all new and lateral transfer deputies in our office. He also said a DUI does not disqualify a potential candidate and that Grayson's questionable employment history didn't raise any red flags, but instead showed his admirable ambition to advance to larger and more structured departments. Mark Ayers, Sangamon County board member, who's responsible for hiring new deputies, said that he was never made aware of Sean's troubled past or the negative reports by his previous employers, which people kind of find ridiculous. Just how is the police doing business?
I would never bring on someone that had that troubled past with that record.
So yeah, there's a lot of questions to be asked here. Why did everyone around Grayson trust him so blindly? Why did his father-in-law back him? And since they did do all that, are they to be blamed for his actions as well? But that's hardly the worst of it. Grandmother-in-law to the rescue. With Sean being villainized by the public, his grandmother-in-law came out of hiding to defend him. She wrote an op-ed with the title, "Does anyone care about Sean Grayson's family or what horrifying reality they are dealing with?" And if that had you raising your eyebrows, you're not ready to hear what she actually wrote. She starts off writing, "First to the protesters. What are you protesting? Sean's in jail, charges are filed, trial date to be set, and punishment to be applied. Sean is not going anywhere, so please knock off wearing out your sweat glands. So please take your signs and go home and just be humans, not the amusement or disgust to the public." Of course, people who read the op-ed were pissed. They felt like Butterfield was missing the entire point. People were protesting why Sean was on the force in the first place, even after his history. It's not just about him. It's the fact that he highlights a deeper systemic issue within the police force that needs to be addressed. And then there's also the fact that he took a life. Even if he is placed in handcuffs, that doesn't erase the loss of life.
Nothing like a weak ass bitch in their hypocrisy in their white privilege. Like you could just tell somebody that's protesting to go home. See, we're not only protesting that your weak ass grandson-in-law Sonya Massey. We're protesting the fact that why was his weak ass on a police force in the first place after having 4 years and 6 jobs under his belt, not to mention the two DUI convictions. You knew about that, right? Yeah, you know about that. That's also part of this protest. He shouldn't have been there in the first place to kill an unarmed black woman.
And then Butter goes, Marion Tobin, who also is unfairly being persecuted. Does anyone care about the destruction of her life? She is left to deal with an emotional death. Sean's future in-law families, a to-be father-in-law who is as close to Sean as a father as can be, a future mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and brother-in-law who is Sean's friend, future grandparents who loved Sean dearly and still do, shock, disbelief, and reality, but an undying support for Sean. The past cannot be relieved, the future is unknown, and once again, fans were pissed. Why would Sean's family be the ones suffering here? What about the kids of the mother whose life he took? What about Sonya's family and friends? And what's this about Sean's fiance dealing with an emotional death? What about Sonya's family who had to bury her physically?
This weak ass bitch talks about horrifying realities. Did you all have to bury Sean last Friday like Sonya Massey's family had to bury her? Did you all have to contend with the fact that you don't even have all of the circumstances and details surrounding why your weak ass grandson-in-law, since that's what you want to call him, even shot their loved one in the first place? You want to talk about horrific realities.
But the lines that has everyone fuming are, "We will always support Sean. Judge not, lest ye be judged. No man, woman is without sin. There is a final judgment for all. Proud grandmother to be of Sean Grayson. I'm sorry, but what is there to be proud of? He took a life for no reason." And what's with the religious references when her son-in-law drew his weapon after a woman said she rebuked him in the name of Jesus?
We will always support Sean. And you can, because Sean is alive. See, a casket is supporting Sonya Massey right now.
One person even wrote, "The paper that ran this should be ashamed of themselves." As for the public, well, they think something's definitely fishy about the situation. One person commented, "Yes, it was planned. Why did he turn his body cam off? Thank God the other cop had his on." Meanwhile, another person wrote, "Cop went there specifically for that. Sonya's fate was sealed that night before she even answered the front door. Premeditated, unaliving." But what do you think of the situation? Do you think Sonya was set up? Is putting Sean behind bars enough, or should everyone around him be investigated? Let us know in the comment section below.
Wow. It's a lot of people gonna do some research.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. Harafat, how possible is it for him to skip the psychological evaluation? That maybe on the inside they was like, no, let's just skip this and hire him. How possible is it that they did that?
Girl, that's very possible. I'll tell you why it's possible. The federal government, if the federal government is doing it, I'm not going to speak about my local government here because it happens so much. It's like the good old boy system. If anybody's from the South, you know what the good old boy system is. My daddy know your daddy, or you kiss my butt, or you saved my job, so I owe you one type thing. Quid pro quo. So certain things in evaluations, they'll act like they didn't hear, they overlooked it. Certain sections of polygraph tests will disappear. I've seen it happen. I've been a person to whistleblow, and myself have been blackballed and literally isolated. I've gone through it. Nobody has to tell me that that's real or not real. I'll give you my real name and you could Google me. But what they do is, like he said, they put a good word in. The person who's in charge, who has some pull, is usually a person of tenure or a person who's helped out so many people. They don't even have to have been there for a long time. They just helped out so many people to get where they are, that they owe something. It's the Rumpelstiltskin deal. That's what I like to call it. Um, but it's very possible. I mean, they switch out evidence all the time. I've seen it here. I've seen it here in Florida. They do it all the time. You've dealt with it with Kamala in California. Where's the evidence? Turn it over, release it. That type of thing goes on, and then they go scrambling because they didn't think anybody would look for it. The crazy thing is, when you put an irresponsible person in positions of responsibility, at some point the integrity will be questioned, because they'll do stuff like this. But it's very possible. To answer your question, short film, is very possible.
Okay. I understand. Who? Now what you know is who you know.
It's what exactly. Darnell, you said his supervisor swept it under the rug. Other agencies follow protocol. Right. The other DUIs, I'm sorry, in Leon County, you cannot have a DUI or any other traffic violation, not even a misdemeanor charge, for the last 10 years before you apply to a law enforcement agency here. You have to do a polygraph test, not once, but twice. Even working for the 911 dispatch, that's the procedure. You do a hair drug test, not blood, not urine, hair. They're very strict down here now because of this type of corruption getting exposed. Anybody can call Crump up and ask them.
Or my sound again.
What's interesting to me, I was doing a little bit of just the quick research. I just want to tell you guys, because he is former law enforcement right now, they still have his custody not available to the public. So I can't even find him in that local county. They're not even probably holding him in that county, just to let you know. Also, he was discharged from the army. I'm not sure what year, but he was discharged from the army for serious misconduct, is what the news article says.
Okay. Ooh, I'm trying to charge this laptop's iPad. Let me see. That's very accurate. Well, he needs to resign. I'm assuming at this point he's going to be fired.
Yeah, he
Or
needs
was
to be
he already
fired.
fired?
Yeah, how do you overlook that? Like, I'm sorry.
Was he fired already?
Yes, he was fired.
Okay. Hold on, boss chick. Any more comments or questions, please, before we end this live?
Oh, wait, I do have something to add if you're going to end it soon.
Okay, go ahead. We're listening.
So, I didn't have time to share the video, but like there's these two theories that are kind of loose, but I mean, we're all, brainstorming here, like what the hell happened? What the heck is going on? But these two black men on TikTok, they were like, oh, well, what if, Sandra Bland is Sonya Massey and or Tiffany Haddish is playing Sonya Massey? But I don't know. That's kind of a reach. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, like I said, we're all questioning like what's going on, So I mean, because we all know that, that's they he said she said they knew each other. I mean, this is all like a so we. Oh, and so she would be wearing SFX. I'm sorry, I gotta get water. SFX makeup. If that's true, Tiffany Haddish to play Sonya Massey. It's crazy to say like a character or something.
So they're gonna make a movie of this already?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that like, what if the elites got in contact with Tiffany Haddish? Because Sonya Massey looks like Tiffany Haddish, especially in that one picture when she's in the bun. it's like to pay her, because Tiffany Haddish is a sellout, along with the elites. So it's like, what if the elites contacted Tiffany Haddish and say, hey, you have to act like you're just a random black woman to get shot, and everybody was in on it, but I'm sticking by what I said about the Freemason stuff because it's true. But these are just two things I've heard about to these guys. That's what they think. But I don't know. That's kind of a reach, though. But
Tiffany's still alive. How would she benefit from it?
Tiffany had it. Okay, so no. So I'm not saying that she sacrificed herself. I'm saying that I'm saying that it all would have been fake, like acting. That Tiffany Haddish to act, right?
Okay.
Like I said before, I'm sticking by what I said about either Sonya was sacrificed when I did see that blood that was blurred out, but I'm still questioning why isn't the blood splattered everywhere else. But I'm still sticking by what I said about all of them being one big Freemason. This is one big Freemason, like, clusterfuck. I mean, this is crazy. All of them are Freemasons, and they're all acting. I mean, so this could be this or that or that. This is far from just it's a race issue. This is so much more than just that. There's so much going on. I mean, it's just.
But so if it may be more than a race issue, but they pretty much know if they had done this to a white person, it probably would have went a different way. So it's easier to do it to a
Totally
black
different,
person.
right?
So it's
What
definitely
do you
a
mean?
race
Like,
issue.
so if it was like do you mean if it's like a black cop shooting a white woman?
No, I'm saying either that too. But I'm saying if this white officer had planned this with a white family, I believe it would have went a different way.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know what you mean. I mean, all of this was planned together. They all knew each other because the Freemason Brotherhood.
Okay, so
But
why aren't they killing why aren't they killing white people, innocent white
So
people?
the reason why they are only killing black people is because they need them. So a lot of black people are going to get pissed off. They need. Especially look at what happened in 2020 with George Floyd. People were pissed off. And I've read something that that black people are just to be more sacrificial. Like this, I don't fucking know. It's like it was a while ago about like I don't know what the reason was to sacrifice a black person, but maybe because of like the energy, the power, the melanin. I don't know.
Wow.
It's something, but yeah, if I had more information, I would tell you. That was a while ago when I read that.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
So far, just to show but Sean Grayson, from what I understand, is being held at Menard County Jail in Illinois with no bail.
What are you talking about?
No, just a statement for the room. The officer who did the shooting, Sean Grayson, he's being held last heard in Menard County, Illinois jail without bail.
Right. Oh, and one thing the media wants to make black people just feel oppressed. They want to make black people like, just to have that mindset, victim mentality, because they want black people to vote Democrat. They don't want black people to vote Republican. They don't want to be like, no, I can be successful. Can be like any other American. For any other color. They want to keep you. The Democrats and the media want to keep black people in a victim mentality. They don't want you to know that you can excel. So.
I mean, there may be some truth to that they want to hold us down, but we definitely know that we can excel because our parents teach us that. Our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors, some of our teachers teach us that we can excel and be better and do better. But their agenda is to definitely keep us down and hold us down. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact.
Right.
I
Yep.
look at it like this, right? I never got into politics like that. The world was given to the hands of the wicked. I definitely believe that. You got
Mm-hmm.
people that we can't even see that
Yes.
are in control of everything. So the president is
Yes.
just the face of everything. So they have no power. They all
Yep.
playing this game with everybody. They like in the
Yep.
middle of that period. So I'm focused on the people that you can see, like the DuPonts and the Rockefeller. Those are the
Yeah.
ones
Exactly.
that actually are
Right.
controlling everything.
All this. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. It's the ones, the background players, just like when all this stuff came out about Diddy and all of them. Where are these older white guys that you see in the pictures with them? None of them
Right.
are coming forth. None of them are coming forth. Nobody's shutting up. What's old girl's name? She used to be a singer, but nobody's saying, "Hey, she's lying on me." Defamation of character. So it's got to be some truth to it. So I agree with you. I definitely agree.
Navi Poet, he said he said he agrees. He said that Sonya looks like Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, I don't like. And then Don Red, he says, call it out with the Hollywood drama. This isn't Hollywood drama. This is fucking shady shit that's going on. And, to make it look like things that are not, everything is not what it seems. Okay?
Uh, Elijah, let me ask you this, and
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
just a general question, and it's your opinion, because you live in the United States, right? Or no?
Yeah, I'm from Florida.
Okay. Do you believe at this point in time that Black people are safe here, or that it's time for us to leave this country?
So, I really do think that times have changed. And, I'm, biracial, right? And Black and Hispanic. And, it's so funny. The only racism that I've ever experienced was from a Guatemalan who was Latino like me.
Yeah.
And, I've been around so many white people, I've interacted with cops. I mean, from everything that I look at, I think that people have moved on about this whole racism thing. I don't think it's not normal to be racist now. It's not normal to call somebody the N word at a hatred. People are going to look at you funny. Times have moved on, but it's in pockets. It's definitely in pockets somewhere in some small town. I mean, I remember, I watch YouTube. I mean, there's so many interviews and everything you can watch on YouTube. There's this guy Tom. He's apparently the most racist guy in America, but he's like, oh, stating his, oh, I might not like, Black people for this and this reason, but people like that have the mindset are in these small towns. But like I said, you could run into racists in a big city. But I would like to say it's not like the '60s anymore. And I would say in my own side of my family, they think that they live in the '60s. And, they feel like, oh, we're oppressed and this and that. I'm gonna say, excuse me, but you have my aunt owns a bunch of apartment buildings. My other aunt has a trucking company. So this is my Black side of my family I'm talking about. My all the Black people in my neighborhood have 3-story houses. So when I'm like Black people are oppressed, I'm like, are you crazy? When my family is very successful, my grandmother, that was Haitian, coming from Haiti. She worked at the Miami Arena, have met so many celebrities. My grandfather, he's even met Bill Clinton, and he was in the army. So what are you talking about? And
Right.
then on my dad's side, on the Hispanic side, he's still working, a 9 to 5 job on the computer, for an office job. And I'm like, when my mother has a 2-story house and drives a Mercedes. So nobody can tell me that Black people are oppressed, because I think they have the same opportunity as white people. And there is some bad stinkers out there that want to put Black people down, but there's a bad stinker out there that wants to put, a vice versa, or that might want to put Hispanic down, or might want to put, but like I said before, it's not, we're not living in the '50s anymore, and it's about money in today's society. It's about the rich and the poor. It's about, your influence you have in the world, the clout. It's about the money now. It's
Hold on,
about
Elijah. Let me respond to somebody. Pinky Wells says, we are not safe here. We are not safe here. We won't be safe anywhere. not leaving our country, we own it. Okay, so Pinky, and then you go on to say that the newcomers are bringing in this division. If we're not safe here, we've never been safe here. We're not going to be safe here. How do you say that we're going to fix that? I mean, we've never been safe. So what can you do for this to be better for us? For us to know that the United States is our home? Because you said you're not leaving. We need to own it. So how will we do that? If you can come up, I would appreciate that. I do disagree, though, with you said the newcomers are bringing in this division. How are the newcomers bringing in division that has been here for as long as I've been on this earth? So I don't know how the newcomers are bringing in the division.
When this country got started, it was divided. So yeah, I like to hear that.
Ain't no newcomers bringing in division. But this is why I like for people to come up and explain.
Yeah, Pinky, it's a safe place. We just want to hear your side, baby.
Can somebody post the link, please? Let me see. Okay, hold on. And then we're going to go ahead and prepare to end this live.
There we go. Pinky, hit either one of those links and you can come right on up.
Anybody got a comment about Pinky's comment? The whites are here. The whites are used to us. No, okay. Hold on. Let me put my glasses on.
Kind of ignorant comment.
You're saying that the newcomers are bringing division, basically because the whites are used to us. The whites bought the division. I don't. Hold on. Just hold on a second, y'all. Let me get this. Let me make sure. The whites. The whites brought in the division. So I'm really not understanding your comments. Anybody on the panel can jump in here because maybe I'm missing something.
The newcomers want what we have. What are you stating? What is that?
No. Let's go back to the one where she
Pinky
said
doesn't know what she's talking about.
the newcomers are bringing in division because the whites are already used to us. I don't understand that when the white people brought the division.
Who are the newcomers?
I think anybody can be racist.
Coming in. That's what I'm thinking.
No matter what color you are. Pinky doesn't talk on panels because Pinky's scared. Pinky doesn't know what she's talking about.
I don't think so. I don't know, but it's just I understand it's the immigrants, Pinky, but I don't understand how you can say they're bringing division when the white people is who bought the division. That just makes no sense.
We're all immigrants. We're all immigrants, honey. We're all immigrants. Let's just get that out there. Nobody in this country is really from this country except Native Americans. So you should be able to battle your point then as a salesperson. Come on up.
Scared.
But you know, there's an undercurrent that's been going on. Probably it's probably come to a head since you've been gone, Kimberly, and that is folks designating themselves as being, descendants of freedmen or foundational Black Americans, and they feel that we're owed reparations, and a lot of them express anger at the immigrants, the new African immigrants, and the Hispanic immigrants, and it seems like all immigrants that they are
Right.
here,
the illegal
taking black jobs. You've heard Trump's talk about black jobs and all that. That's kind of the stuff that they're saying.
But I
mean,
that has nothing to do with the fact that immigrants are causing us division when the white people had already caused division. And the immigrants
are right, and I'm not arguing for it. I'm just explaining what I've been hearing.
I understand. So I'm not angry at the immigrants.
Yeah, the immigrants ain't the problem.
Because the immigrants is not who's going to the bank getting their own money. It's these government people giving them everything they need. I mean, they getting everything they need. Which one of us can go get a credit card or a debit card or free food stamps without applying for, like, which one of us can get a free apartment? None of us. But the immigrants definitely did not cause the division. They are causing some problems over here, but they didn't cause the division
Yeah, they're
between.
not the start of it.
Mm-mm.
And Guy Cox says the girlfriend is pregnant. SG's
I thought
girlfriend
I
is
heard
pregnant.
something about that too. I
Yeah,
didn't
changing the
comment on it
tone.
because I wasn't sure, but I'm almost sure I heard something about that on the internet. Thank you, Boss Chick. We have foreigners who carry racism towards blacks also. Oh yeah, we do. But the
No,
point
we
is,
didn't vote for those people. Don't talk for
she's
me.
saying that the immigrants caused the division, and that's not true.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the European migrant crisis and what's going on here, because of Biden letting a bunch of illegals come in, they've been tearing down our cities. They've been just, I mean, all this stuff. They've been, well, that they've been hit. So if you look at New York City, they have been, attacking random people. It's been a shit show. It's been crazy. I mean, what Trump is saying, it's true. So, I mean, would it, make prejudice because, this illegal immigrant has came over and attacked my grandmother just trying to buy groceries, or just, they shouldn't even be here. They should come in legally.
Right. I agree.
The right
I
way,
agree.
and not from an insane asylum. And I watched a video when Venezuela, you said, oh yeah, we released all our criminals into the United States. So I mean, would that create some division and prejudice because of what's going on? Yeah, but for me, like, no. I mean, it's all because of the freaking Democrats and their fault. That's what's causing the real division. The
Yeah,
Democrats.
this is all distraction. This is all
Yeah.
distraction. Because look at us sitting right in here, black, red, white, yellow, pink, and going over about what? And here it is, a woman that has passed away. This is all distraction. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't care your
Right.
point. You have your rights to think whatever you want to think. I just ask, don't demean me. Period. Just like I don't demean you. Delusional is a very strong word. There's no delusion. I'm a Native American person with documentation. My family belongs in this country because that's where they were.
Right.
I can say that. I don't know about anybody else. I know that my family has been. I can't say that for anybody else. If you got your documents, do your thing. But it's still a distraction because look what's happening. We're all being targeted. We're all being targeted. Period.
Yeah, and I think if you look up some of the most recent histories, there's a lot of data to back up what you have said, and it probably applies to the majority of black folks who've been here, whose folks have been here since slavery.
Right.
It did say that when they came, when Christopher Columbus came to this country, there were black tribes, and one well-known one was the one in Florida.
Yep. On the Mississippi River. Yep.
Seminoles, right?
Seminoles and the Gula tribe.
Yeah,
G-U-A-L-E.
And they fought them. There were wars, and they fought them, and when they lost, they took them and made them slaves. The other thing, because I listen to the history nuts too, is that the American slavers were cheap. They didn't want to keep ordering new slaves from Africa. So what they would do is they would mix their slaves to continue the slave line.
Right.
And that's why we don't look exactly like Africans. That's why
Right.
we look really
There
different.
was no slave ships. That never was a thing because the black people were already here in America. Black people are the Native Americans.
Yeah, but there were slave ships. There's actually documented facts. Somebody collected that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there definitely were, but not as many people as you think they are. But there's also another thing that I hear from these groups all the time, and that is when other people come to this country, okay, they move to our neighborhoods, they get what they need, and then they move on and they turn around and call us the N-word and treat us like the lowest class citizens.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people, are angry about it. because we do see that there's one guy on Twitter, and he's from Africa, and he calls black folks here the N-word.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
in the Native American community, it's called pay to play. They did it back in the colonizing days and the westward expansion and all that. It's called pay to play. You pay for a wife, or you pay for a birth certificate, or you pay for land in the areas where Native Americans have sovereignty, and boom, now you're a Native American. It's a common thing for us too. So you're definitely right, and the documents are there. They're there.
Wow. Wow.
I know it's heavy. That's me listening for months to the dialogues going back and forth. I'm all for reparations, but a lot of the other rhetoric that goes with it,
Thank you, Guy Cox.
not with it. I'm not with it.
Yes, thank
It
you
was
guys so much.
another thing they don't talk about was a book that Benjamin Franklin back in 1751 he was talking about the German back then. He says, "Don't bring those German African sons over here in America because most of Germany back then was all black." It's another part of history they ain't talking about. It was a time that we ruled Europe as well at some point.
Right, right. And Don Red made a statement here. Just not all immigrants are racist, but we have enough who are. It exists throughout Latin America. I know I was stationed there as at the U.S. Embassy within the Marines and have spoken to many Afro Latinos. I'm going to tell you that's the truth. It was the Portuguese who started the slave trade. Let's just get that straight. Not trying to come at you, Eli. You know I love you, but let's just get that. Let's get that out there. It was the Portuguese, the Spaniards who started the slave trade, and then, like Eli just stated, he's part Hispanic, and it's a prevalent thing in that, and unfortunately in that demographic. It's unfortunate anywhere, to be honest. But thank you guys.
Yeah,
living in California.
Estefan, I wanted to piggyback on Estefan because I did read that the Catholic Church used to place a lot of African priests in Germany.
Yes, ma'am.
In Germany and Eastern Europe. So probably what you're saying, Estefan, is true, that there were a lot of blacks up there because
Yeah.
we follow each other.
Yeah, Nate, what's crazy? It's not crazy. It's actually quite interesting. A lot of these references that you guys are making to the information that's out there, they're starting to try to hide it. When my dad and I were doing the research for our family, certain pieces of information that linked us back to England on his side, like one of his grandfather or somebody like that. His mother's side was here in the United States, born, now the United States, but along the Mississippi River from the Native American tribe, indigenous tribe, whatever you want to call it. But his father's side was from England, and the records are now gone. From the internet, you have to go and like literally request them from like some kind of archive and show your ID. Like they're hiding this stuff because they know it's true and people are waking up. They're waking up.
Right.
You ever heard of
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, you ever heard of Oliver Cromwell?
No, I haven't.
He was a British black man that exiled 1,100 black immigrants into the Caribbean islands back then. This was a black man, and the main reason he did that because of their religion of being Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna get this out there too. Like, I think every color on the face of this earth was enslaved. White, black,
Yeah.
Chinese, whatever. Everybody was slaves. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good. That to know history and to learn the truth and know the truth. Because, like I said, the elite doesn't want you to know the truth, and but it's also don't live in the past. And this is something that black people, like I would say liberal black people, need to understand. Like my family, do not stay stuck on the past because you are in 2024, you are in the future, and you can also even make a better future. for yourself, regarding whatever it is. So, that's just something I want to put out there.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start ending this live. This was a good live. Thank you all for your opinions. Thank you for coming up. Boss Chick, can you talk a little bit about the lives with the live we're gonna have with about the Afro Mexicans?
That's whenever you decide to let me know when you're going to do that so we can have that a guest speaker. But we're going to talk about the African American Indian Americans. Did I say it right? Afro Mexican Indian Americans. And we also take suggestions on any other topics that you'd like us to speak about.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
was really good because it was about a current event that was emotional
yes,
Right,
for most people.
right, right.
So this was really good. Thank
definitely.
you so much, Kimberly, for
You're
putting
welcome.
this
You're welcome.
together, as well as Boss Chick. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for coming back to the Chemisphere. Let me see if I could turn my camera off. I do appreciate everybody for coming in. Just stay tuned for our next live. I am Kimberly, aka the Passport Traveler on YouTube, and it's Kimberly Renee on TikTok. I love you all. Thanks for coming in and stay blessed.